In Scotland, Grail Knights and Templars were the protectors of the Stuart Sangreal and the Stone of Destiny, the Stone of Scone. This most sacred of Scots treasures had been brought to Scotland from Ireland by Fergus Mór mac Uirc, the first king of Dalriada, in the 5th century. Having originally been carried to Ireland from Judah in about 586 BC. The venerated holy relic was said to be the Stone of the Covenant, known as Jacob's Pillow, on which Jacob laid his head and saw the ladder reaching up to heaven at Beth-el. In a dream, God promised Jacob that his seed would generate the line of kingship to follow the line which in due course became the Davidic succession. When the Jews were persecuted by Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon, Mattaniah, the son of King Josiah, and a direct descendant of David, was installed in Judah. Known as King Zedekiah, he acceded to the throne of Jerusalem in 598 BC. 12 years later Jerusalem fell to Nebuchadnezzar, whereupon Zedekiah was taken to Babylon and blinded. His sons were murdered, but his daughter Tamar was removed to Ireland, via Egypt and Spain, by the prophet Jeremiah. He also brought the anointed stone of the covenant, which became known as Lia Fael, Stone of Destiny. In Latin it was the Saxum Fatale. Princess Tamar, Tamar Tea Tephi, gave her name to Tara, the seat of the High Kings of Ireland, and she married Ardri, High King Eochaid, ancestor of Eochaid the Great. Subsequently, over a millennium, Eochaid's successors were crowned in the presence of the sacred stone. The Irish heritage then progressed into Scotland, where the relic of Judah became synonymous with the kings of Dalriada. King Kenneth, MacAlpin, 844–859, later moved the stone to Scone Abbey when he united the Scots and the Picts. By the time of William the Lion, d. 1214, the Stone of Destiny bore witness to nearly 100 coronations in sovereign descent from King Zedekiah. On declaring himself overlord of Scotland in 1296, Edward I of England stole what he thought was the Stone of Destiny. What he actually got was a piece of sandstone from a monastery doorway, which has since rested beneath the coronation throne at Westminster Abbey. Royal seals of the early Scots kings depict a much larger installation rock, but this rock was not the sacred Stone of Destiny no more than is the medieval masonry prize of King Edward. The real Stone of Destiny is said to be smaller, more naturally rounded, and is of inscribed black basalt, not of hand-cut sandstone. It was hidden by the Cistercian abbot of Scone in 1296, and it has remained hidden ever since. The Columban tradition tells that, on secreting the stone, the abbot prophesied that one day the Michael would return to his inheritance. It is of importance to note that the X sign, which became so hated by the Roman Church, was identified with the Archangel Michael, Melchizedek. The heritage of Saint Michael was the dynasty of High Zadok priests, a heritage that prevailed in the continuing Messianic line. The relationship of Saint Andrew with the Saltire was a later development. It is hardly surprising that the Scots authorities never attempted to retrieve the bogus stone from England. Even Robert the Bruce declined to accept it in 1328, at the Treaty of Northampton. After some young Scots removed the Westminster stone across the border on Christmas Day 1950, it was duly returned to London without any undue excitement. In relation to the real stone, the Reverend J. Mackay Nimmo of St. Columba's Church, Dundee, has since stated, when Scotland achieves self-government, the stone will reappear. Until then, we will continue to guard this ancient symbol of our national identity.